are healthcare professionals, the first to brave the possibility of being infected. Doctors who devote time for patient care, even in times of great danger brought by COVID-19. Many of them separated from their families. In the service of mankind, risks of infection is set aside. In administering the treatment to COVID-19 patients, they too fell victim to the virus. A number succumbed to COVID-19 as they fought hard to save their patients. Many more among them have fallen ill due to COVID-19. Our dear doctors, frontliners, our first line of defense. In the face of health emergencies, our nurses and other health workers are called to a duty. Just as how doctors risk contracting the virus, nurses are also in the forefront. Exposure to COVID-19 for nurses are real, as they selflessly attend to COVID-19 patients. The sacrifice is undoubtedly true. In the service of patients, their own lives are put to risk. This is coupled with daily hardships of even commuting to their place of work. Some have even walked miles to serve, even leaving their families for the service. The nurses and other healthcare workers, frontliners, are first line of defense. One of the important members in the prevention and control of the virus are the medical technologists or medical laboratory scientists. They test specimens to determine whether a patient with COVID-19 symptoms is positive or negative. They may not interact with COVID-19 patients, but they face the virus itself. Identifying positive patients, a significant step towards controlling the spread. Medical technologists, frontliners, our first line of defense. One of the effective strategies in controlling the spread of COVID-19 is to limit people from going out of their homes, or community quarantine. In its enforcement, we rely on our law enforcers. People need to stay at home for us to even have the possibility of controlling the spread. This is being done relentlessly by police and armed forces, on duty 24/7 in checkpoints to ensure enforcement of this solution. Hunger they don't mind, under the heat of the sun all day long, and even when they sleep, no comfort is near. Security guards in subdivisions and establishments fall in the same category. Many of them hardly go home. Notwithstanding being away from their families, the risk of our uniformed personnel are high. Enforcing home quarantine is the key to fighting this menace, COVID-19, while keeping peace and order in the country. Police, armed forces, and security guards, frontliners, our first line of defense. There are many others in the front line that brave these trying times. The risk they face with COVID-19 is as much as anyone else in the front line. They are the ones that work in the banking sector, groceries, supermarkets, convenience stores, pharmacies, food chain, delivery services, truck drivers, and many others. They are essential employees. It is important that they continue to operate so that access to our basic needs are not hampered. The agri-workers continue to work and deliver food supplies. Different sectors and industries are also essential to our comfort at home. industries such as telecommunications, power and water industries. Their employees continue to serve so that we continue to get these necessities. It is equally important that some business sectors continue to function as the entire country is beset with economic downfall. Business outsourcing may help in bringing in much-needed revenue. Let us not forget the people who keep our streets and environment clean, those who by the nature of their jobs collect our trash. They, likewise, risk contracting the virus as they perform their duties. In these abnormal situations, we appreciate even more the services that they provide. They are the same people tapped for disinfection, so our streets and homes become virus-free. And this is even beyond their normal duties. Amid crisis, the public wants and long for information. As they stay home, clamor for what's happening outside becomes evident. Media personnel is in the forefront in this area. Media personnel continue to bring in the latest and up-to-date happening around the world. They tirelessly seek out the truth so they can share this to us, a much-needed information that may guide us to what to do in this crisis. Like our own media personnel, continuing to broadcast remotely and in field so we may know the truth. They are frontliners, our first line of defense. In these trying times, appreciate the blessing of being with your family. Our frontliners, even if they want to be with their loved ones, duty dictates that they need to stay at work. Now that they are being called beyond their duties, beyond work, they are being called to a sacrifice. Sacrifice so we may overcome this epidemic. To triumph over this great challenge we now face requires our cooperation. Our frontliners' appeal is simple. We stay at work for you. You stay home for us. Hoping that when we all do this with fervent prayers to God, we may see this through. Our hats off to you. Frontliners, when we say this out loud, now it means our heroes. We salute you.